to have an idea of who Chhagan was and how he got his name, Chhagan Master, it didn't mean master or anything. It was kind of a nickname that he had gotten when he first came to Baba. It was 1926 at the Prem Ashram time, or the Meher school, and then he was there through the Prem Ashram, of course. And at the time, he was almost the age of the kids in the school. He was about 16 when he came to Baba, and he had been with Upasani Maharaj at Sakori. His family, he was a high Brahmin caste, and his family had been in Sakori with Upasani. Upasani had told him to come to Baba. In a conversation with Chhagan's father, that had come out. And so Chhagan came, and you can read about some of that in Lord Meher, but because his father ended up wanting him to come back. First he didn't want to come. His father said, you have to come. Then, after being with Baba, when Upasani Maharaj went through this kind of flip thing with Baba and said, oh, you know, not a good guy, he told his father Chhagan should come back. So then his father came to bring him back, but by now Baba had won his heart and he wouldn't return. And so one of his jobs during the Prem Ashram was to be the cook. And he got his nickname then because he was in the school, and school teachers were called masters, right? So-and-so master. So that became his nickname, even though he didn't teach at the school. And Katie had told me that in the early days, she had learned Baba would just, in the middle of the day, over and over, call for Chhagan. He would come immediately, and Baba would give him an embrace and said, now you can go. And it was just a very, very endearing sort of thing. And he would embrace him many times a day. And Chhagan would come for this. And then, of course, there's a story where he, at one point, Baba calls him, but instead of giving him an embrace, he says, what have you done? Look how lumpy this rice is. His job was to cook the rice. Look how lumpy this rice is. And, you know, what are you trying to do? He said, what are you trying to do? Kill my boys? Right? And he just cut into him. And of course, when Baba would want to, you know, tear into somebody, it would have that effect. And Chhagan just stood there, plain-faced, not reacting outwardly. And Baba just chewed him out and then said, now get out of here, I don't want to see your face. And he left. And within a very few minutes, Baba said, where's Chhagan? Get Chhagan. And they went to find him, but they couldn't find him. And so he sent everybody on a search to find Chhagan as soon as they could, instantly. And nobody could find him, and he sent Meherji. Meherji's actually the one who told me the story. Chhagan didn't tell me the story. And they sent Meherji, and Meherji finally found him. He opened the door to this shed, and he sees Chhagan standing there in the shed with a razor to his throat. And Meherji literally dives and catches his hand, grabs him, and says, Baba wants to see you, and takes him to Baba. And he gets him to Baba, and Baba says, where did you find him? And Meherji explains to him, and Baba looks at him and he says, what right do you have? What right do you have to take your life? Did you surrender to me? Who does your life belong to? You don't belong to yourself. And he chews into him some more. And then after he finishes all of that, then he says, now it's finished. And I believe, if I remember correctly, then he gives him an embrace. But these were early days.